Well, do we have a deal or not?
Wait, well, not so fast. Just a second. Information that I was using to blackmail Alan's.
That is exactly what I want. I figure in your present situation, you might be able to use some money in a bank account somewhere. I'll be happy to deposit it in any name you want, and it'll be waiting for you when you get out.
Diane, why are you putting your head on the chopping block? I mean, suppose I went to Alan and told him, huh?
Andy, you know, I haven't gotten where I am without psyching out important situations before I involve myself. You're not going to go to Alan and tell him anything because there is no profit in it for you. And even if you did, I would simply deny it. I have a feeling Alan would take my word over yours.
You really are shrewd. You know that, Diane, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't tell him because I hate his guts, so I'd love to see you double-crossing.
I have no plans to do that.
Then why do you want this information?
Because I've learned that having a certain knowledge can be just like a bank account, you know? It gives you a certain measure of security, protection against a threat.
You know, if you were really shrewd, you'd get the information that Mike Bauer is looking for, the information that will link Alan Spaulding with Roger Thorpe. Then you really
Listen, Andy, I came here to discuss one thing with you and one thing only. I want to buy the information that you were using to blackmail Spaulding.
Okay, I think that can be done. But my price is $100,000.
Derek, I think you should just ignore it.
Hillary, I know that you can't stand Nola, but that doesn't mean I have to be rude to her. I mean, you ever stop to think that maybe she's really upset about what happened yesterday?
Derek! Don't you think that Floyd deserves the sympathy? I mean, he is the one who stood up at the altar. All right, fine. I'm not going to change your mind. So, when are you supposed to meet dear little Nola?
The note says that she'd like me to call her in central filing. Well, I'll have a few minutes to talk to her, but then I have to get back to the office and work on this case for Andy this afternoon.
Good luck.
With Andy or with Nola?
Both. You're going to need. Why don't you use the phone over there and do me a favor? Don't give Nola my love.
You know, I wish you'd stop thinking about Nola and think about what I asked you last night.
I am. I will. We'll talk about it.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Boy! Hey, buddy, why don't you come over and sit down?
Yeah, sure, Tony. I'll be right there. Here.
Ma wanted me to come by and see how you're doing.
I'm kind of rocky. I had too much to drink last night.
Well, you were entitled.
And seeing Nola when I got in here today, that really shook me up. I mean, all of a sudden I realized that everything is different between us now. And it always will be.
I still can't believe she pulled out at the last minute, Floyd.
I just keep thinking about the baby and how she's going to handle all that.
You know, she very well might change her mind in a couple of weeks when she realizes what a spot she's in.
No. I know her well enough that she'd never do anything like that. I mean, she just keeps saying that she wants to get on with her life.
Get on with her life. We never should have given her any money to go to the movies with, Floyd. Really, it affected her brain. Really, I think she's playing a part now, like one of those broads in the movies who walk off into the sunset at the end all the time.
No, I think this is very real with her. I'm just worried about the idea of her having the baby all on her own. Derek, maybe I should talk with him, you know, about the legal side of all this. And then I can talk it over with Nola. Boy, when I'm ever up to facing her again.
You know, I still can't believe that's the same four-eyed little creep I used to beat up every day in school.
I like Derek. How come you used to beat him up?
We went to grammar school together, and he was one of those brainy-type kids. All the teachers loved him. And that bugged me. So I used to chase him home every day, and when I caught him, I'd beat him up.
Hi, Derek. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you had the time to see me today.
Well, Floyd, I think you're going to have to find yourself another lawyer. Looks like Nola's got old Derek tied up in her corner. Yeah, well, it's bad enough finding out he spent the night with Diane, but having both lie to my face. Well, still married to Hope, and she's in love with him despite everything.
Tell me, how long do you think Andy's hearing is going to run?
Oh, it'd take a couple, 3 hours, I guess, for Judge Hargrave to hear the witnesses and the evidence. Why?
Let's get a cup of coffee, huh? Because no matter how Barbara's been bracing herself, it's still going to come as an increase. Sees Andy taken away to prison.
Yeah, I'm glad Mom's spending the day with her.
I think I'll go down to the courthouse and be there for her when it's over. I think Holly would expect me to do that. And she can't be here. Now, I've been even thinking of going down and talking to Andy down at the jail, but I somehow cannot bring myself to face him after everything he's done.
Yeah, well, I think that's just as well.
Why? What do you say?
No reason.
I cannot believe that you are seriously asking for that kind of money.
I need that money to stop Trish and Vanessa from taking over the Copper Lantern.
Oh, what do you care about that at this
I
point?
do care. Because I hate them both dearly. Especially Vanessa. Oh, I could give you some information on her that would... No, on second thought, I don't think so. I'm for Ed. I know I'll never meet him face to face, but when they take me to wherever they're going to take me, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write him a little letter. I'm going to send it to him. And there is no amount of money that can take that kind of pleasure from me.
And now, the award-winning Guiding Light. This portion is presented by Safeguard for great deodorant soap protection, plus a rich, smooth lather and a clean, fresh scent. And by Bounce, it gets clothes soft, free of static cling, and gives them long-lasting freshness.
I don't think I've ever enjoyed an evening as much as I did last night. I mean, your house is perfect already. Dinner was lovely, and most of all, I love the stories about your grandmother.
No, Ross, those stories are so bore most people silly.
Well, I like to think I'm not most people. Here you go. I've wanted to know more about you since the day we met.
You know, Ross, I really can't believe that I'm going to have to get on that company jet and fly all the way to New York City to have that meeting with the art director there. I haven't even settled into my beautiful home yet, and the thought of staying in some cramped and stuffy hotel room I really dread.
No, wait a minute. I've seen your reservation. You are staying in one of the most expensive hotels in New York. Matter of fact, Diane has made a reservation for a suite for you, which means you're getting the VIP treatment around this company.
I don't care about fancy hotel suites. I don't care about company jets. All I care about is being in my own home with my own things around me.
You know, I pity the cleaning lady of yours who has to follow those detailed instructions as how to keep your plants alive while you're away.
It's not that bad.
What are you talking about? Your new apartment could double as a greenhouse. I've never seen so many plants in one room in my life.
Are you eccentric?
That is not the first word that sprang to my mind, though.
Well, I guess the boss isn't in again today, huh?
Carrie. Hope was taken to the hospital with severe abdominal pains. Alan is there now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't even met Hope yet, but I know how much Alan still loves her, and... Boy, I hope that doesn't mean there's some danger for her baby.
I don't know. I hope not. I don't think Alan could get through it. He has been working so hard for a reconciliation of some sort. Matter of fact, he was counting on one after the baby's born.
I think people who love each other should be together. In fact, I think it's the most important thing in the whole wide world. It's the thing that makes it go round.
Has anything to say about it, they will be together. Anyway, that is why Alan has been in here so seldom since you've started working here. Hope is his #1 priority.
It's the way it should be. I can't tell you how much I admire that man. In his position with all the money and the power in the world, and none of it means any more to him than hope.
I have to tell you, during Kelly and Morgan's wedding, I kept thinking of our wedding day when we exchanged the rings we wear.
I was thinking about that, too.
You know, I'm being very selfish monopolizing your time with your whole family waiting outside to come in and say hello. I'm just grateful that you asked to see me first. So I have to go downtown to court for about an hour or so to testify at Andy's hearing. But when I'm finished, I'll come back and wait to see you again.
Alan, you can't stay here a week or more until the baby's born. They never know with the first child.
I don't want to hear any arguments. Besides, I couldn't concentrate if I were anywhere else.
Well, what about your business?
If there's anything that needs my attention, Diane knows where to find me.
I want you to know that I thank you a lot for being honest with me about last night.
I had no reason to keep it from you. I know your father blames me for lying to Bert on the telephone when I called her. But I just felt it would sound strange to her.
Well, if you're always this honest with me about things, then my imagination won't go wild thinking you're purposely keeping things away from me.
I'll never do that again. I paid too high a price. Well, I'll see you in a little while. Bye-bye.
Well, if you won't lower your price, I suppose I'm going to have...
I thought you'd eventually come around to my way of thinking. First of all, because you're running out of time. And number two, I have what you want.
All right. Then tell me. What were you holding over Alan's head?
No, I'm afraid not, Diane. That's not the way it's going to work. You see, you have to come back here with the deposit slip proving that you have put $100,000 in my account at Springfield Trust, then I'll give you what you want.
How can I be sure that you won't double-cross me after I've deposited that money in an account that I can't withdraw it from? Or that you won't give me phony information?
I don't think you can be sure of that, Diane. But you must have known him when you came in this morning that you were playing a very dangerous game with all the odds in my favor. Good day, Diane. Guard!
Yeah, well, I guess it must have been fate that brought me to the disco last night. I want to thank you for coming over to say hello to me. I noticed nobody else at your table here.
Nola, I don't know anything about your feud with Hillary, and I'm really not interested.
Well, I'm not going to say anything to you, because I know you're close to
Look,
Hillary.
I make up my own mind about people. You've always been very nice to me. I have no reason not to reciprocate.
Well, that's good. It's good to have an open mind. Did you ever see A Place in the Sun with Montgomery Clift and Elizabeth Taylor?
I thought that was Sidney Poitier.
No, that was A Raisin in the Sun.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well, everybody ganged up on Montgomery Clift because he tried to drown Shelley Winters in this rowboat. But see, Elizabeth Taylor, she didn't, she kept an open mind. She didn't get angry at
Nola,
Montgomery.
Oh, excuse me, but how do you drown somebody in a rowboat?
I think I must be telling the story wrong because somebody else asked me that same question.
Kelly Nelson, undoubtedly.
How did you know that?
Oh, it's a comparison.
Oh.
Wouldn't you just love to know what Nola's yakking on to Derek about over there, huh?
I wonder if she's talking to him about all the legal things down the road. I mean, if she is, she'd have to tell him about the baby, and I just can't see her doing that.
Well, if she's going to get on with her life and play the liberated lady, she's going to have to start telling someone. Being pregnant's a pretty tough thing to hide after a while.
That's for sure.
Lord, I have to tell you, you have yourself one fine sister.
Yeah, I think so, too. Katie's the best there is.
Yeah, she's not bad to look at either. Hey, don't give up yet, huh?
I was just thinking I'm going to have to work out some kind of financial arrangement with Nola. I mean, I'm still responsible for the baby.
Floyd, anybody ever tell you you're some kind of saint?
How can you say that when your sister is carrying my baby?
I've known it's taken two people to make a baby since I was 10 years old. So I'm not about to just start blaming you.
I just keep wondering how Nola ever let herself get pregnant. I mean, she's so up to the minute on everything.
I guess we'll never know, Floyd. Come on, tell me some more about Katie, will you?